Hey, it's Mr. Harris. As a musician, there's one thing you have to know how to do, and that's write out music notation. If you don't know how to write it out, then nobody can sing or play the songs that you compose. So, as a musician, one of the things that we practice a lot in the music room is how to write out music notes and how to write out the patterns that we hear in our head. So, today we're going to practice that together. Now, there's one note that we are not practicing because it's way too easy. You could do it in your sleep. That's the whole note. You remember the whole note? It gets how many beats? 4 beats. It's the boring note. It goes like this. You count for 4 beats. It makes one sound. Right? And then it stops after 4 beats. Usually the whole note comes at the end of a song and it's kind of boring. We're not practicing this one. You want to draw it in there? There you go. You just drew a whole note. So simple, you could do it with your eyes closed. But all the other notes are a little bit tricky. So pause the video, go get a marker, go get a pencil, get a piece of paper, construction paper, go get your brother's head, something you can draw on, and we're going to practice drawing our notes together, right? When you come back, the first one we're going to do is called the what? The quarter note. Remember, the quarter note gets 1 beat and it has one sound. Ta. To draw the quarter notes, pretty simple. Now remember, I'm not the art teacher, right? I'm not looking for perfection. I just want to know what you're doing. Draw a straight line, boom, and then you draw the quarter note or the note head. The note head is always going to look like a D shape. So this, simple, and then I colored in. I'm not trying to be perfect. Just do it. Can you do a quarter note? Go ahead. Straight line, D shape, colored in. If it looks like a B, if you did this, that's wrong. That's not a quarter note. That's a B. We're trying to do a quarter note, which is the shape of a D. So check. This one's a little bit neater. You have a quarter note, remember? And it makes the sound ta, and a quarter note gets 1 beat. The note that's just like the quarter note is called a what? Do you remember? It looks like a quarter note. The only difference is it's not colored in. I'm trying to find it over here. Here it goes. It's called the what? The half note. The half note gets how many beats? 2 beats. Now look how easy this is to draw, right? Straight line, boom, D shape, and I don't color it in, right? Half note. You try it. Go. Straight line, D shape, don't color it in. Super easy. So far we have a quarter note and we have a half note. Which one is your favorite? Mine's the quarter note. Maybe yours is the half note. Something a little bit harder, our quarter rest. Now remember to do the quarter rest. This is the trickiest one. If you do it my way, super easy. Make a Z by and a C. You put them together. Here's the Z. Simple. Boom, boom. Right? Then add a C at the end and connect it, and then you have your quarter rest. If I do it faster, it looks neater. Z with the C. Boom. So easy. Quarter rest. How many beats? 1 beat. How many sounds? No sounds. I don't even want to hear you breathe. Practice a couple quarter rests for me. Ready? Set. Go. Z shape. C. Z. C. Super easy. Every time you see that, it's silence for one whole beat. Can we try something a little bit harder? How about the 8th note? Now, the 8th note is 2 notes put together with a roof. Pretty easy. We got quarter note with a roof. That tells us that the 8th note gets how many sounds? 2 sounds. T, T, but it still shares 1 beat. So we're dividing 1 beat into 2. To draw the the 8th note, pretty simple. Quarter note, colored in, quarter note, colored in, and then just add that roof on top, and you're done. Again, not the art teacher, doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just trying to see if you know the difference between an 8th note and a quarter note. Ready, set, go. Draw the quarter note. You got it? 2 quarter notes with a roof. That's going to make the 8th note. Remember, the 8th note gets 1 beat, but has 2 sounds. TT. Last one, hardest one, maybe not for you. the 16th note. Now remember this one? How many sounds does the 16th note get? 4 sounds. Remember the sounds? Tuff-a-tiffy. That's how we count that. Tuff-a-tiffy. Tuff-a-tiffy. To do that, how many roofs? 2 roofs. That tells us this is a 16th note, not an 8th note. You see the difference? 2 roofs, right? So 16th note, a little trickier. You got to do 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quarter notes. Add a roof. Add a second roof. Yikes. And there you go. Yours is probably way neater than mine. I'm trying to draw upside down and backwards and everything in the air. 16th note. 4 quarter notes with 2 roofs. That's how we know. We look at that quickly. 16th note. Now, if I was to take this away, it would look like 4 8th notes together. T, 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 T. That's okay, right? But if we want that 16th note, tuff-a-tiffy, and 1 beat, we had to add the 2 roofs. You got them all together. We practiced the quarter note. We practiced the quarter rest. We practiced the 8th note, the 16th note. We did not practice that whole note because it's way too easy. You ready? I'm going to say a rhythm. You write it down. Here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Musicians, think in your head, not out loud. Think one more time. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Say it back in your head. Write it. Say it one more time. Check your work. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Something like this. You got that right. You're a musician. You heard it in your head, and then you put it on paper. That's an amazing skill. A lot of people can't do that. Here's a harder one. You ready? Let me think. Oh, yeah. Tuff-a-tiffy-ta, tuff-a-tiffy-ta. Think in your head. One more time. Tuff-a-tiffy-ta, tuff-a-tiffy-ta. In your head. Write it. Got it? In your head? Tuff-a-tiffy-ta, tuff-a-tiffy-ta. Got it? Musicians think in your head always. Say it here. If you can say it, you can write it. Check your answer. Tuff-a-tiffy-ta, tuff-a-tiffy-ta. Oops. That looks better. Tuff-a-tiffy-ta, tuff-a-tiffy-ta. 16th quarter, 16th quarter. All right, hardest one, and I'm going to let you go. You ready? Ta, ta. Look at my mouth. Ta, ta. That. Get something. What's it get? Last time. Listen. Ta, ta. Write it. Check your work. Ta, ta. Here we go. Let's see if you got it. Ta, ta. Got it? Half note. Ta. 2 beats. The is 1 beat of rest. So we put this, quarter rest. And then we end with a ta. Ta, ta. If you did some work, take a picture and send it to me. I can't wait to see it. Good job. Everyone's working together, writing rhythms. We're taking what we hear in our head and putting it on paper so we can be musicians and composers and write our own